I saw a video on YouTube the other day titled "The Best Explanation of the Gleason Map Ever." Can you believe that? Someone said their video is the best ever. So I had to check it out. Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry I did. I honestly believe I'm dumber after watching that movie. So now you're gonna get to watch as I revisit the video and shred that best explanation to pieces. Check it out. Hello, I'm Johnny Glitch, and I'm on a quest for conspiracy nonsense.
Welcome everyone, this is your host, Immune to BS. Well, in this video we're going to be discussing the Flat Earth map, which has been a hot topic in the Flat Earth land as of late. And we're going to be looking at the Gleason map very closely.
Okay, the original video came out in 2016, so I'm going to mainly concentrate on the second video that came out, claiming to be the best Gleason AE map explanation on YouTube that aired back in 2018. I'd like to give ANTIDOTE with Steinar Bremnes credit for responding to the original video back in 2018. Now, ANTIDOTE gave a very good account of everything wrong with the explanation given of the Gleason map. My video will show some of the same stuff he identified and also some extra stuff added by Flat Earth Banjo as he attempted to improve upon what was already a disaster. So, before I get started, I want to make things perfectly clear. This map is not a Flat Earth map. I don't care what you Flat Earthers say, this is not a Flat Earth map, it never was. Alex Gleason made this as an accurate projection of a globe map for easier reference to latitude, longitude, and time frames. That's it. The Flat Earth movement adopted this map because they had absolutely nothing else to go on, and it only served to fit their agenda at the time.
I firmly believe that that is the best representation of our actual world, the Earth, and the flat plane we live in. And I'm going to explain to you why I feel that is. Now, I decided to compare the two Australias, the one from the Flat Earth from the Gleason map and the one from the Google Earth map.
Okay, what Immune to BS is doing here is trying to validate the shape of Australia on the Gleason map as compared to what it is known in real life. He goes on to plot details on the Gleason map according to longitude, latitude, and then compares it with actual map locations on the globe model. He never takes into account or never admits the fact that Australia really doesn't look like that. Now, he just accepts it because it's on a flat map. Although the details do line up, Gleason had no choice but to do that because of a projection. That's what projection maps do. The further they get away from the center, you notice everything spreads apart. And Gleason knew that, so he had to warp the image to fit the longitude and latitude lines correctly. That's what projection maps do. They warp the image. Immune to BS is oblivious to that fact. So I've decided to just skip over this pointless exercise in comparing a warped image to the actual image and just move on to his next point. This is going to just make you dumber anyway, just watching it, so don't worry, you're not missing anything.
And so what I did is I decided to highlight those on the map just to get a better visual, because some of the lines are not as dark as they are. I want to know exactly where the equator is and the Tropic of Cancer and so forth. Starting from the center, we can start by circling the 75-degree line and followed by the 60-degree line. Next comes the 45-degree line, and then the 30-degree line. Notice these are in 15-degree increments.
By the way, has anyone else noticed the exceedingly depressing background music he's got playing on his video? Oh man, what are you at, a funeral? You at a Catholic wake? That is depressing. You know, come to think of it, well, if you're trying to get sympathy from us, no.
Then we got the 15-degree, which is the Tropic of Cancer. And then comes the equator, which is a 0-degree line. And now we head south. So now we have 15 degrees south, which is the Tropic of Capricorn. And then 30 degrees south. And then 45 degrees south. And then we have the 60 degrees south. Whoa, wait a minute here. What happened to the 75 degrees south? I think I just found our problem.
And this is where we find the problem to the map at the equator. When I draw miscellaneous, erroneous, sporadic lines and circles over a map that I do not understand, while playing overly dramatic and depressing music during my video.
It would appear the flat Earth is not equal in the land masses between the North Pole and the equator and the South Pole. So, what does that mean? Well, what that means is that when somebody decided to create a globe out of the flat Earth, they did not have two equal halves to make into a sphere. So they had to elongate and stretch and do everything else to make it work, because there's a 15-degree difference or missing of latitude. So in order to make it a perfect sphere or ball, they had to stretch things out. That's why everything looks distorted. And from what I can tell, and this one was just conjecture on my part, but from what I can tell, it looks like they started from the top, from the North Pole area, and everything got stretched incrementally as it went down, all the way down to the quote-unquote South Pole.
And this is about where he gets it all wrong. Now, Antidote explains all of this very well. He shows all the errors in the lines he makes and the circles he makes, and where Immune to BS stops, and tries to explain why the flat Earth map is better than the globe map. But if you just want to stick with my video, I'll explain it. I'll summarize it as best I can. So here we go. Thanks. Yeah, that's a bunch of nice circles you draw all over the map. Too bad they're not correct. If you notice, your nice pretty yellow lines down there have nothing to do with the 15-degree mark, because they are not the Tropic of Cancer or the Tropic of Capricorn in any way whatsoever. They're way off. You know where they're really at? Hey, they're at the 23-degree north and south mark. Okay, so you screwed that up, because obviously you have no idea what you're looking at. So where's the 75 and 90 degrees at then? You stop at the 60-degree mark and try to explain the fact that, well, in your eyes anyway, in your belief system, that the globe Earth southern hemisphere wasn't big enough. How did you come to that conclusion? Because the Gleason map didn't have a 75 and 90 degree mark, when in actuality, They were there the whole time. They're right there. You decided to stop. By the way, that small line beyond your last black circle is the Arctic or the Antarctic circle. Beyond that is the 75 and then the 90-degree lines. Yes, the 90-degree marks the South Pole, by the way, just like the 90-degree north marks the North Pole. Gleason thought of that. You didn't. So there they are. All the corrections are right here. 23 degrees north, south, 75 degrees, and 90 degrees south. Those are the lines that you missed because for whatever reason, you decided not to look at those. So if you look at a much clearer map that you should have had to begin with, you can see that 75 and 90 degrees are clearly marked. They've been there the whole time for anyone to identify. You would have seen it if you looked a little closer and been a little more open-minded.
Now, everything about this map makes complete sense in our world. I mean, it is a clock. Our world is a clock. We have 24 hours a day, 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of darkness. Not all the time, but you understand what I'm saying. Even the time zones make perfect sense on this map. So this is the representation of the time zones that they give us. Does this make any sense to you? Or does this make more sense?
Time zones? What do you care about time zones? I mean, honestly, do you think people on the other side of the world are worried about your time zones? Are they worried about you understanding time zones? Listen, people around the world are only worried about the time zones they're in, and they accept that. Time zones are international. They're internationally accepted. Well, let's get back to the Gleason map then. What you're looking at here is a dial that's split into 12 marks. 1 through 12 down at the bottom, 1 through 12 at the top. Now these are split into meridians. You call them longitudinal lines, that's fine. But they're meridians and they count sun time. 1 hour of sun time for every 15 degrees, and that's what they're split into. They're split into 15-degree increments. And if you look on the side here, you can see that, 0 to 15. And that's the way this thing is split. Now, if you were to take the time on this, poor little countries like, for instance, South America, Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia here would be split in time. It would be split in half. So if we took sun time for every country, little countries like this would suffer because one half would be one time while the other half would be another time. So for matters of practicality, everybody agreed upon a standard time, which is more like this. Now, this may look confusing. Sure it does. But these nice little countries of Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia don't suffer. Now they use standard time to account for one time zone for their entire country. So it's a matter of practicality. Right here, it's not so practical. It's good for nautical reasons because it explains time per the sun as the sun travels across the sky. Or in our case, the Earth rotates, causing the sun to go across the sky, but you don't care about that, do you? But anyway, that's what this is. It's a matter of practicality. Yes, this is a good way to see the geographic time. Bigger countries suffer as well. If you take the United States or other countries that have a lot of provinces, you have to split it. Some countries like this one, Florida, for example, they have to split their time on that, what we call the panhandle of Florida. It's split. But for the most part, states keep it. Now, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana do split it. Now, it's either geographic or political reasons they did that. Other countries you can see, or states, however, like Illinois here, say they follow right along the line, so it's one time in that state. Texas is huge, but it maintained one time throughout the entire state. Now, see, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota split. Now, it could be, again, geographic or political reasons in the past that caused it to accept these time zones. But for the most part, time zones are made for practicality, they're made for political reasons or geographic reasons. And time zones, take India, for instance. Look at their time zone. They're at 5.5 hours difference. You know why? This is mostly politically motivated because their one-time enemy, Pakistan, is at +5. So if it's noon here, India didn't want to be noon. They wanted to be noon plus half, so it'll be noon 30, or 12:30 rather. So that was politically motivated. So it's a matter of practicality. That's all time zones are. Well, I've had about enough of this stuff. It turns out Immune 2BS has no idea what he's talking about, so I'm gonna just bypass all the rest of whatever he has and go to the meat of this video, where Flat Earth Banjo professes that this is not only the best explanation of the Gleason map, but he's added to it. Here's his stuff. What? Wake up. Wake up to what? That you defined an azimuthal equidistant projection map? I'm supposed to wake up now? What? I know the answers to the universe? What am I waking up to? Now I know what a map is? Come on. Press on, man. You haven't impressed me yet. Let's go. Up with the epic dramatic music in the background? Is it really that dramatic to look at plot measurements on a map? I mean, you're just looking at a map. Do you have to play that music? I mean, oh my goodness. Is it that important to play that type of music when looking at a map? Really? You know what? Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to take your word for it. So that music must be worth it. So how about, is it worth it brushing your teeth? Maybe. How about petting my cat? Yeah, petting my cat. Yeah, makes it a lot better. How about washing dishes? Yeah, washing dishes. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna put this music on next time I gotta wash dishes. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better. Oh, wait a minute. What about when I'm taking a nap? Yeah? Is it worth it going to sleep? Check it out. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That's easy to fall asleep in that music, isn't it? Oh yeah. Yeah. Music sucks. Since you have no idea how to use a map, let me show you how it's done. Watch this. Yeah, you take distance measurements from there to there, whatever. 90 degrees, everything is straight. Oops. Except above the equator. See how it's curved? Because this map is projected from a globe map. Everything 90 degrees straight to the equator is going to be straight. Not gonna do anything about that. Look, if we go down to the equator, which is right around Ecuador, hey, there's something new. Ecuador is on the equator. Isn't that strange? So let's take these out. Clear measurements. Take this. Measure from here to here. See? Straight, because you're on the equator. Anything above it, now it's got a weird curve to it. Yeah, look at the curve. Crazy, huh? Let's zoom out a little more. A little more curve. You know why? This whole map is a projection of a globe. If you can't understand that much about this map, don't use it. And you want to know something else? Watch this. Oh man, it's just crazy here, isn't it? Let's zoom out a little more. Now watch this. Whoa, it's going nuts. Now it's on the other side. I can't figure that out. Well, you know what? Let's scroll over here. Oh, guess what? You went to the other side. Why? Because it's a projection of the globe. Everything is a projection of the globe. Isn't that strange? So you're going around Antarctica, around to the other side of the world, and now you're here. Okay. The crazy flat Earth map with the rotating sun. Alright, I'm glad you used this map. That's a good one. That's a good example of what is not right at all in the universe. Yeah, hey, let me, hang on, wait. Let me stop your little animation right now, right there. You notice the sun is projecting its light toward the North Pole, and then it just stops. But what about the edges? How does the light get around there? Is there a mound over the North Pole there? Is there a giant mountain? What's stopping the light? What's causing it to go straight right there? How come the light's not progressing past the North Pole? Is there a magic rune stone or something there at the North Pole that's stopping the light? See, the light's not even over this. It's completely ridiculous. That's a good animation, though. Hey, props to whoever made it, but it's not accurate in any way, shape, or form. You're not fooling us, man. Get a better one. Whoever made that sucks. Well, all right. I think I took the best explanation of the Gleason map and shredded it to pieces enough. I'm going to stop here and press on with my life because, oh my goodness, I can't take any more of this. Gotta love that epic, dramatic music playing throughout the last half there. I don't know how anybody can stand that stuff, but play it as you will. This has been Johnny Glitch, and I'm on a quest for conspiracy nonsense. See ya. Be safe.